I'm just gonna say fuck it and start recording. We'll see where it goes from here. There's no. Hi everybody, how's it going? Everybody doing good? Hope so. Today it's just me, the one and only. So for today's podcast, I don't plan on having any kind of direction for this to go, but um, I'm just gonna talk about whatever I feel like, as always. But I'm gonna try to not put many spaces in between. Try my best to keep talking, keep the flow going, do the best I can anyway. So, hope everyone's day is going good. Welcome back to the podcast. So far, we're doing good. I don't know if the last podcast got any views, but it is what it is. We'll just keep pushing these out every week. Gets my mind rolling, I guess, a little bit. But I guess the first thing I want to talk about is finally going home. I'm going back home, and I'm excited about that, like extremely, because I've been gone for another three months, and I was only back for 10 days because of boot camp, and I only have this weekend, so I have today, the rest of tonight on Friday. I got Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I graduate, and I get flown home. I'm extremely excited about that. And I've been kind of thinking about what I want to do when I get home, kind of my schedule, and just how I'm gonna just not really, yeah, just kind of put my life in a direction where I want what I want to do, where I want to go, how I'm gonna do it, and just kind of steps a little bit. Obviously, the first thing is obviously financial situation, because I've been really terrible with money so far, and as it's been bad, but it is what it is, and I plan on getting that straight. Another thing I want to do is obviously college, trying to figure out what benefits I get from the military to actually apply that. Still, I don't know if I have like tuition assistance or what what my benefits cover for it. So hopefully I'll learn that by Monday. And also just looking for another job in the meantime, because I know I'm not going to be able to start college right away, but that's not too terrible. I can definitely wait, and having having a job in the meantime will be good for me. Get me out somewhere and actually have money to spend for myself and to save up, which I will definitely be doing a lot, because it sucks not having money and having to somewhat ask people to help me out. But I definitely appreciate the people who have done that for me, and it's been nice. I to me it kind of feels like taking advantage regardless. I know it has to be done, but it makes me feel kind of bad doing so, because it's like, do they is it I mean, I know it's a little bit of money, like maybe $20, but over time that can build up into a problem, and I don't want that to be a thing for me, because I definitely know some people who have asked money and then not done anything about it later on, and just let it pile up and continue to ask for money. But I definitely don't want that to be a thing regardless. But when I need it, it's like I kind of hesitate to ask, because it just makes me feel bad. But aside from that, aside from financial, college, just being home with my family, it'll definitely make to me it's gonna be amazing because I love my family so much, and I definitely want to be with them almost every day, and definitely helping out my mom with just stuff around the house and just to make her life a little easier, like doing extra chores, actually doing what she asks of me. Um, and what I plan on doing is cooking while she's gone, so I can cook for my siblings. Because I actually do somewhat enjoy cooking. To me, just helping my mom out before, it was always so much fun, and definitely learning the little bit that I have to just apply it to different recipes and different stuff. I'm actually gonna have fun doing that as well. On top of that, what else? Oh yeah, this just things I want to do while I'm home. It's definitely read a little bit more. I started while I was here in my schoolhouse, but towards the end, I haven't been reading too much. I do have a few books that I bought, but some of them I haven't even opened. I do plan on trying to do a lot more. If I have a lot more time on my hands. But aside from that, music is extremely one thing that I do want to do. Even if I have to like really focus on trying to learn guitar, because I've always loved guitar regardless. Just learning it takes me a bit. I've tried before, and then I procrastinate, and it's like it kind of slips in my mind, and I don't think about it. So it's like I'm on it for I'm trying to learn it for 2 days, and then I stop for like 3 weeks, and it's like, okay, well, I want to try again, so I'll try it again, do the same thing, repeat, because I have a guitar at home. It's only one guitar. I mean, it's tuned obviously because of my siblings, because one of my siblings use it as well. But definitely, if I have enough money, I want to try to get a new guitar, something that looks. I don't know whether I want to try to get an acoustic or an electric again, but I think I might get both, just because I like how acoustic sounds, and I feel like starting on acoustic it would be a lot easier, just because those songs with acoustic sound a little better to me. Because electric guitars feel as though they can be edited a lot, and I didn't have the software or anything to do that at the time. But obviously, as time goes on, and when I actually have the money to get that, that will definitely be a thing I want to try to do. But in one room back home, I want to try to make it a podcast and music room, kind of like somewhere that's somewhat soundproof or sound preventative, not as echoey, kind of like this room. I don't know if you can hear it, but this room is pretty echoey, but it's not too bad. And trying to get better at lyrics. I suck so bad at lyrics. I don't know what it is, whether I don't have something to write about or the fact that I just genuinely suck, because I feel like part of me doesn't quite have rhythm in my head. Like if I'm listening to a song, I can kind of do it, but just I don't know. I feel it feels like I don't have rhythm. So when I'm trying to make a song with already a pre-made song and I try to put something over it, I can somewhat get the lyrics, but sometimes it just doesn't sound right. There's there's times where I make lyrics over a pre-made song, pre-made beat, whatever, and one night it sounds pretty good to me, and then the next morning it's like, wait, this doesn't. this doesn't sound right. So I don't know what the problem with that is. For home, I'm also excited to see my friends again. My friends have already made kind of plans of like the next weekend, that upcoming weekend after I'm home, to go out and do something, just to hang out for a little bit, and that's I've, I'm gonna be excited for that too. I'm just excited to go home regardless. Get out of Virginia and go back home. It's gonna feel good. The first couple of days, it might feel like a little different for me, only because I've been gone for another 3 months. So adjusting back to how my siblings act and how my mom is, but I feel like I'm gonna adapt pretty quickly. I don't think I'm gonna be annoyed at my siblings at all, but yeah. What else? What? I like. There's. It's hard to do this podcast because I don't. Right now, I don't have any kind of. I don't have any kind of set topics or anything. I'm just going with what's off the top of my head. Very similar to lyrics. It's like I can think of one thing and then trying to think of the next line. It's like it doesn't make sense. I can't think that quickly. I'd have to look at something and be like, okay, yeah, that makes sense. I'm gonna try that. But I feel like there's gonna be a lot of pauses in this. It's not too terrible. I've been doing a lot of like reading comics. There's webtoon that I read, and I've been trying to keep up with that. There's another thing. It's Spanish. That's another thing. I want to try to learn. I've been trying to learn Spanish. I've been on I think a 23-day streak. So I've been constantly in the morning or at night. I've been doing at least one lesson every day. And so far I've learned a decent amount. It's very like common phrases or common sentences like where's the bathroom? I have a reservation. Um where's the hotel? Where's the hospital? Do you eat do you eat apples or do you drink water? Do you drink milk? I drink milk. Por favor, please. Excuse me. It's all very simple phrases for now. But when I was looking, it said that there were 8 modules with I think the first one had 14 lessons and the last one had like 32. And so there's a lot of Spanish to learn and I'm only on the first unit for first module. So I'm just gonna try to keep learning every little bit of Spanish that I can because I've honestly had a fascination a little bit about Spanish, just the way it sounds. Just the sentence. I know the sentence structure is gonna be a little iffy because I know my mom has a little bit of struggle with forming sentences, but she can understand them when somebody else says them. But I mean, English isn't even my strong suit either, so trying to learn Spanish, I was kind of iffy on it, only because if I suck at English, how the hell am I gonna learn another language? But English is a little different because it depends. If you're looking at a school stance, then like trying to take apart each book, take apart each sentence, each poem, and explaining what every meaning is. I suck at that. That is my worst quality that I have. I can't break down a book I can read it and tell you what it is. Like what happened? What kind of direction does it feel like it's going? Simple stuff like that, but not breaking down each sentence and giving you each meaning each sentence has. Like Shakespeare was a bit of a problem, but I got through it anyway. Just because Shakespeare is, it's old English, so it's fucked up regardless compared to now English. But which is why I'm trying to get into reading again, because after high school is like English sucks. I don't want to read. Reading sucks. So I'm trying to get back into reading again, because I love reading and having that imagination just pop in my head as I'm reading. Because whenever I used to read books, and I even now, when I were to read words, I could picture it in my head. The details of it. It was kind of like if you're reading a manual and it's telling you each part, I can kind of imagine it. Or if you give me a diagram and say, hey, this part goes in here, I can kind of imagine where that part goes and how it goes in. It's definitely like trying to think of something, or if somebody's talking to me, even if they're giving me a description like this person was doing that and they grabbed this and this happened, I can imagine it like almost step by step if it's given to me. So I'm trying to get that creativity from my head and onto whether it be music, podcast, or even writing, like drawing. I've been trying to do that, but it kind of sucks right now because I'm no artist. Goddamn. What was I just talking about now? I don't even remember. But where was I? What was I just talking about? Sorry for the cut. It cut right there. I'm sorry. I'm trying to remember where I left off. What the hell was I talking about? I guess it doesn't matter. It wasn't important. Um, fuck. Already 17 minutes in, almost 18 minutes. I've already lost what I need to talk about. What I wanted to talk about. Oh, cooking. I should talk about cooking. So, because I've never genuinely cooked for myself, like alone pretty much, without any guidance, that's one thing that I'm definitely gonna focus on, is trying to make something without any guidance and just me doing it. There's one thing that I planned on cooking that I have had here at the chow hall, and it was green peppers with it was half a green pepper with Spanish rice and then like mozzarella on top of it. I feel like I could do that and like bake it in an oven for a little bit, and that would be pretty easy to make. It's just the Spanish rice that I don't know how to make, which I could look up a recipe for. That's pretty simple. Um, like there's this thing called chicken squares. I'm gonna explain it because nobody that I've asked if they know what it is know what it is. So chicken squares is how you make it. First, you need to boil the chicken to make it soft. Once the chicken, whether it be chicken breast or whatever, but chicken breast I believe works best. If you boil it, and then once it's soft, and you just pull it apart, make like pulled chicken. Have that in a bowl set aside, and then you're gonna grab cream cheese. You're gonna need like a decent amount, and you just kind of melt the cream cheese if it's not already like thawed, like room temperature, you would have to mix the pulled chicken and the cream cheese together and just kind of mix it until it's fully mixed. Once that's done, you then grab like Pillsbury dough. I don't exactly know what kind you need, but it's like for rolls or something. I think that's what it is. But you would take like two rolls. They would need to split apart originally, but you just keep it together. Put the pulled chicken mixed with the cream cheese and put enough to where if you fold the Pillsbury dough, it'll close itself, and you would just kind of pinch it into a square. Once you do that, you can throw it on a pan with a tin foil and then put breadcrumbs over it, like butter. Put butter on it so the breadcrumbs stick. And then once that's done, you just throw it in the oven for a while. And it's genuinely pretty good. And it's one of my favorite foods aside from like tacos, but and watermelon. Yeah. But I can definitely make that myself. It's pretty simple. It just takes a bit of time, as cooking does. Um, but it definitely goes well with like couscous, which is a type of rice. Somebody didn't know what couscous was, and I was baffled. But yes, couscous, and then or like asparagus, potatoes, rice. Not potatoes, not rice, but yes, potato, like mashed potatoes, or you can get or make fried potatoes, because that way you could just put both of them in the oven. It pretty much goes with a lot of things. Any kind of like vegetables or potatoes, rice, something that is starch, because I think that's what those are called. That's like what they classify as. That's definitely one thing I want to make, because I know how to make spaghetti. I know how to make stroganoff. Because those are not hard at all. You just cook the meat, put the noodles and the sauce together. It's pretty easy. Um, but I would definitely want to try to make other foods that I have not made personally. I mean, I've eaten, but not made personally. Because I could definitely try to make chicken parmesan. That's pretty easy. I've never made a steak, and I actually want to try to make a steak. Because it doesn't seem that hard either. I mean, cooking genuinely doesn't seem hard whatsoever. It's just not quite intimidating, but it's just something I've not done. But I do genuinely want to try to do it. Being here ever since like the last 2-3 weeks that I've been counting down every single day until I get home. And I'm only 4 nights until I'm home. Being here at my schoolhouse. Oh, give me 1 second. And one. Distractions aside. Another thing. I don't know, again, I'm sorry for these cuts. They're interrupted cuts, but I'm trying my best here. Since I was on the topic, D&D is, because I'm about to have that in the next hour and 10 minutes. I've always loved the fascination of D&D, Dungeons and Dragons. It's always been one of my fascinations that I've had definitely ever since my brother has introduced me to it. Because I initially was in his campaign that he was the host of. He was the dungeon master. He definitely had great storytelling. Now, the people that we were also with kind of derived into um, chaos because they were just like, "Fuck it, fireball." Holy fuck! Goddamn! Leave me alone, people. Jesus Christ! Can't catch a goddamn break. But anyway, yeah, my brother, he. Oh, you're joking! Hold on, my gain was down. That is a no good, Spider-Man. I no good. But my brother has had, while we did the D&D for about, I think, 5-6 months, something like that, before I went to boot camp. I don't even remember when we started it, but we had a decent amount of sessions, and honestly, his storytelling was amazing, and the direction that he wanted it to go it was going good. The only reason why we stopped was because of uh just other party members, but we're trying to start a new one actually tonight, I believe. I think tonight is session 0. So it's going to be just the start of it. No, it's going to be session 1 actually. Yeah. Session 1. So this is where we're genuinely going to start our journey from a standpoint and see exactly where this is going to go. I'm definitely going to try to be a lot more active than I was initially in my last campaign. Just because it was my first campaign, so I didn't know what I was doing. I didn't know what questions to ask. I didn't know how things worked. I just kind of sat there and watched as people did other things. But honestly, I'm definitely going to be excited for this one. I'm going to try my best to put myself definitely in there, and definitely as my character. My character being Hemphis Tusculin, a hippo. A hippo man. He's supposed to have some sort of like posh accent. If you've ever watched Jumanji, the hunter that was initially introduced in that one, in the first one, it's gonna have kind of that sort of accent. I'm not gonna try to do it now because I'm gonna fuck it up and it's gonna sound terrible. But that's definitely the direction that I want to go using that accent. Maybe in the next podcast I'll do it, but right now I have not practiced it. Once I'm done with this podcast, I'm gonna practice it just so I can get it perfection for my D&D session. But overall, honestly, I think I've been good these past few months, and hopefully, I know I'm really trying to get the audio quality back. It's been pretty terrible the last 2 podcasts. I'm trying here. I'm trying. There's no setup. I'm trying. I'm trying my best. But we're good. We still trucking along. We still doing our thing. As soon as I get home, I'm gonna have this set up. We'll be being chilling. I'm never gonna say that again. But definitely trying to play games with my siblings. That's for sure. Play games with them again. I'll have a lot more time since I'll be home to actually figure out how I want to do things, what I want to do. Help my mom move stuff around the house so we all fit. Um, she even ordered a triple bunk bed. So we'll see how that goes. For me, honestly, I don't mind it. Doesn't sound like a bad idea. For a couple other people, I don't think so. But we'll we'll adapt. We'll be good. Um, one thing I do want to say is my older brother. He's definitely someone that I try to follow right behind, and I'm gonna be really excited to be able to talk with him again, just on a normal basis, being in the same house. I'm excited for it. I'm excited for a lot of things, just all of it, everything. To be home with my mom, to be home with my older brother, my younger sister, just all of them. All right, what else? Oh, okay. I'm just gonna talk about this. My time in San Diego, not San Diego. Fuck San Diego. I'm talking about Virginia. Exactly where I am. I haven't gone out and done a lot of stuff. Um, like gone off base, just because. Again, back to my money situation. There was not a lot that for me. There was a lot to do because I'm a person who likes to stay inside, playing games, doing that, not bothering anybody, not being bothered by anybody. Just minding my own goddamn business in my own home. But, I mean, being here is definitely fun. The heat sucks. Hate being sweaty almost every goddamn day. Coming back just to shower. I mean, yes, shower every day. It's a good thing. But being sweaty all day from like noon, from when the heat peaks, it sucks walking around in sweaty ass camis. So glad that I'm not gonna have to wear. I don't mind camis. I don't, like, at all. It's the being sweaty in camis that's gonna suck. But wearing civilian clothes too, perfect. So goddamn comfortable. But I've also learned to be comfortable with being uncomfortable. Like, bitch, let me be comfortable. I want to wear clothes that I fit in. No, because I still have, my camis aren't tailored, so they look big on me a little bit. So I look a little fatter than I genuinely do. Oh, that's another thing. I don't know if I covered it in the last two podcasts, but working out. Sorry, I hit the mic. Working out. That's one thing I want to get really on my ass about. I want to try to do it early in the morning, whether it be 7, 8 o'clock. That way I go work out, be done with like an hour, whether I run or go to the gym for an hour. Get back, eat, and then go about my day, whether that be work or just chilling. I'm not, it's not the fact that I'm not fit. I can run, I can lift weights, I can do that. I just have a little bit of an issue with um kind of how I looked, sorry, how I look. I'm not so much of a big person on appearance when it comes to that, but there's certain spots where I want to kind of slim down, but just kind of keeping a schedule, keeping a constant working schedule. And I know I'm going to have to force myself a little bit, even though I know I'm going to be lazy. Because I have the big tendency to be a procrastinator. Heavily. But if I can keep somewhat of a constant schedule, I think I will be able to do it. Especially with like, hey, do a podcast every Friday night. Record a video on this day. Do some drawing almost every day for a certain amount of time. Do Spanish for a certain amount of time. Do guitar for a certain amount of time on specific days of the week. And then, because my mom also has kind of like a chore list with schedules and just like appointments and stuff. And I could definitely add my stuff on there just to keep me reminded that I have something to do instead of just sitting on my ass and just playing games. I want to actually try to get up and do things just so I have the ability to do that. Instead of being terrible, it's just all that. I'll mention college. The thing that I do want to do for college is graphic design. I don't know too much about it, but I know a little bit about it. So I definitely know, because I can apply that as a I'll apply that for drawing, creativity, editing, just multiple different things that I can apply that with, because I feel like that's a bit of a overall kind of, not degree, but what's that word? So specific word I'm looking for. Field of expertise. Yeah, there we go. That works. Um, but again, I don't know how I'm gonna figure out the college shit and all that, but I'll figure it out somehow. If they're the will, they're the way. Whether it be a tough way. I just trying to set my life straight and what I want to do. No, I'm just right now I'm just kind of living just as it is, putting my left foot in front of my right foot until I can do my own shit. Definitely being here and through boot camp, I got a little tanner, a little dark on my skin, so that's nice. I have a little bit of a farmer's tan, but I don't know whether I'm gonna try to. I guess I don't care about tans that much, but tattoos. I want to get more tattoos when I'm home too. Because I definitely try to base all of my stuff around family. Because there's one design that's a family tree, that I got as soon as I turned 18, which most of my siblings have. Pretty much all of my siblings have. And the other one I have is kind of my own design that the tattoo artist used his drawing skills on and made it look fucking extremely amazing. But I have like the initials as well as my last name and the family crest that we have for my family members. And then it's just a dragon around a dagger. But I want to try to at least implement some kind of family related something to it. Like the next one I get, I want to try to get the birth dates on there, because I'm thinking about doing like a sheath for the dagger that way kind of correlates together. But on the sides of it, as you go along the side of the sheath, it's gonna have each birth date. And I could do like numerals or just actual numbers. Numbers might take more space and the numerals would take less. But I guess it would just depend on how the design would go. There's a few tattoos that I've thought about a little bit, but it's gonna take, everything takes fucking money. It's stupid. Fuck the economy. Bring it down. Bring down the government. It's just everything is time related, and I'm just gonna have to sit and wait for that time to come, and it will come eventually. Nah, I pretty much won't be going home until, actually, yeah, I won't be going home until Tuesday, because I still have to do reserve shit too, like setting up all of my whatever they need me to set up before I go home. And I won't be able to do that because by the time my flight lands, it would, where my reserve station is, it would already be closed. So I would have to probably buy a hotel, stay there until I can go in and talk to whoever I need to where I would need to go, what do I need to do, how things work, what's my next objective, all this bullshit that just needs to be done, admin shit, everything. But honestly, it's a day. It is what it is. Once I'm done with it, I can go home and figure out my own shit. But I definitely do plan on continuing to do this podcast, whether it be with someone or by myself. Just all this throwing whatever the fuck is on my mind out to you guys. Whether you care or not, whether you enjoy it or not. At least you tried if you don't like it. I'm doing what I can. Moving with some sort of rhythm. Schedule. Having some sort of schedule. I don't plan on making this a big thing. I don't plan on making it a job. It's a hobby, it's a side thing. It's just something extra that I can do to relieve stress or get what's on my mind off my mind. Get it out for this podcast anyway. Art is just something fun. Guitar and music, lyrics. That I guess would be another kind of like shit on my mind out there if I do have a problem. Creativity, I know, can come from anywhere, whether it be good, bad, all of it. Something from past, something that's afraid of the future, something that's just funny. But I do enjoy making anything with some sort of creativity. Keep my brain flowing. Keep my brain in a one track kind of. But I do want to try to get more recorded, edited gaming videos. But that might it just really depends. It seems a little hard, but at the same time not. Just everything's time consuming that I want to do. And some days it feels like I have no time to do anything because I'm focused on something else. I have another thing to do. All this extra stuff, which is why I'm hoping not to become a procrastinator, because I feel as though things I want to do, I want to try to make a priority, but even though I shouldn't compared to other things. And it's like, oh, I want to do this, but the main thing that I should be doing, I don't want to do because I want to do this extra shit that I don't necessarily need to. That's one thing that sucks with procrastination, because I fuck myself over. But it is what it is. Like I said, one foot in front of the other. Just keep trucking until I have time. Till whatever happens. Aside from all that, honestly, I don't know much aside from that. I suck at drinking water. Suck at making. Fuck. Forgot what I was even gonna say. Brains on dead mode right now. There's a damn. This is a long pause. This kind of sucks without somebody else. But I feel like I've been talking for a good minute. It's keeping my brain keep moving. Trying to learn to not quite improv, but think a little quicker to actually do stuff. Get things out. Just not have brain farts. It's kind of hard though. I could just make noises for the next 11 minutes. Who's gonna listen to that? Nobody. Yo? Hold on. Alright. Whoa. That's a thing. I just got sent a link for Killing Floor 3 official announcement trailer. Hell yes. Alright. Oh, games just keep fucking coming out that sound really good. Between not so much Modern Warfare 3, but there was, what was it? I think it was Starfield, Payday 3, which I was playing not that long ago. It was like maybe a month and a half. But trying to play Payday 2 fucking sucked because it's an old game. But we tried it. We attempted it. It was okay. Now Payday 3, hopefully it's a lot better. I'm excited for that. there's another game that I want to try that's currently on Game Pass. It's Chainsaw Massacre. It's very similar to Dead by Daylight. And that honestly, it looks kind of hard, but it also looks kind of fun at the same time. So if these games that I like keep fucking getting new games out, it's gonna be a good time. But I know that that Killing Floor 3, that's gonna take a good chunk of months before it's out. I think like the start of this week, like Monday, I installed like 12 or 13 games, and I don't think I've touched a single one. Some of them are single player games, some of them aren't. But holy shit, I have not touched any of these games, and it's kind of sad. Because what did I install? I think I installed, Assassin's Creed Valhalla, Apex, Borderlands 3, the Callisto Protocol, Children of Morta, Dark Souls 3, Days Gone, Elden Ring. What else did I install? Oh, GTA, Grand Theft Auto, GTA. In Sound Mind. When the hell did I install PUBG? I guess PUBG. Resident Evil Village, which I bought but never fucking played. Don't ask why. I don't know either. Sekiro, Shadows Die Twice. Sniper Ghost Warrior Contracts 2. Stardew Valley, Stray. Rainbow Six Siege. The Division. The Game. Welcome to the Game. Welcome to the Game 2. Like, I install all these fucking games, but I haven't even opened them since I installed them. Like, why the hell did I'm literally just taking up more fucking space on my goddamn shit. Don't need. But they still have space on them. Because there's one with a terabyte, there's one with 250 gigabytes, and there's one with 300 gigabytes. But we're good. We're still good. We're making do. It's because I don't have fucking time to play all these goddamn games. I don't know why I installed like 13 games. I was kind of shitting on my ass. But I'm doing good. I hope you like this nonsense of whatever the fuck this was. But I guess I forgot to mention, you can find this both, whichever one you're listening this on. You can either find it on YouTube or Spotify. Whichever one's a preference. But if you did enjoy it, you could stick around for the next one, which will be in about another week. Obviously, weekly thing. But let's see how that goes, because I'll be home that week. But thank you for tuning in, I guess, and just listening to me rant about bullshit and all of everything. Again, I'm hoping to make this a constant thing, whether it just be myself with somebody else or just a 30-minute one. I don't know. I might make an hour seems kind of long, but at the same time, it doesn't when you're talking. I'm just gonna keep doing me, doing what I feel as though is a good thing. So if you didn't like it, I'm sorry. You tried. You tried at least. That's fine. I hate to see you go. Please come back. But if you, I mean, you've listened to this far. I feel like you somewhat enjoyed it. You, thank you again for listening. It's gonna be a little bit shorter, but I got nothing else to talk about. I got to set up for D&D. I got shits today. All right. Thank you again. See you next time. Bye, bitch.